Hey everybody, we are back live in Saratoga for Skidmore's Giving Day. I heard we have over 108 donors that have made a gift so far. Thank you so much. We're so appreciative of your generosity. Here with me now is Levi Rogers, Sustainability Coordinator, and Zia O'Neill, Class of 2017, who is our Bike More Manager. In 2016, Skidmore earned 94 out of 100 on Princeton Review's Green Rating and was recognized as a leader, the highest recognition level in the New York Energy Research and Development Authority's REV Campus Challenge, and our commitment to sustainability continues to grow. I want to let everyone know that Levi and Zia will take questions, so if you want to hit that chat feature or send them through at #SkidForLife, we'd love to answer your questions that you may have. So welcome to both of you. It's great to have you here. Levi, can you tell us a bit about the sustainability plan for the college?
Certainly. So the 2015-2025 Campus Sustainability Plan is really a roadmap for the college over the next 10 years for our sustainability efforts. The report includes 5 focus areas: energy, food, waste, lands and grounds, and engagement. And we offer various goals within each of those focus areas. So goals include things like renewable energy utilization, reduction in greenhouse gas emissions, energy efficiency, sustainable food procurement, improvements to or increases to our campus recycling rate, development of a land stewardship plan for the college's undeveloped land. We have quite a bit of undeveloped land that is owned by the college, and really engagement in sustainability to ensure that our community holds a deep understanding of sustainability and understands the deep connections between our environment, our society, and our economy, and just ensure that sustainability is really an essential feature, integral to the fabric of Skidmore's identity, so that every decision and every aspect of the college's decisions really includes sustainability. So the report is available online, so anybody that would be interested, they can go to skidmore.edu/sustainability to download the report. It's really a great snapshot of all of the work that's really been accomplished over the last 15, 16 years. And then also provides some ideas of where we're going in the future.
That's great. So we hear a lot about renewable energy that you mentioned. So small hydro, solar array, geothermal. Can you tell us more about these technologies and how they play a role here?
Certainly. So we do use quite a few renewable energy technologies. At Skidmore, we have our small hydro facility. This is a partnership between Skidmore and Gravity Renewables. It's a certified low-impact dam. It was originally built in the 1800s along an existing fault line. And so we're able to capture the energy of a small river and allows us to generate electricity that can be utilized by the campus. The facility has been undergoing some significant renovations, and we're hoping once everything's complete that we'll be able to get about 18% of our electricity needs from this facility alone.
Wow.
Located only about an hour away from campus, so students are able to get down there and get tours and whatnot of the facility. We also have a 2.1 megawatt solar array located just 1 mile from campus, so really easy to get to. Just under 7,000 solar panels that provide about 12% of our campus electricity needs. So those combined, we've got a significant portion of our renewable or of our electricity coming from college-initiated renewable energy projects. We have several solar thermal arrays on campus. We actually have 6 in total, and our latest actually sits right above us here in the dining hall. It's a 54-panel solar thermal array. It provides hot water to the dining hall, about 1,000 gallons of hot water every day. And what was really neat about this project was that it was one of our first crowdfunded renewable energy projects. So thanks to many donors and friends of the college, we were able to make that project a reality last year. And we're also doing a lot in geothermal. We really are a leader among colleges and universities in the United States. Currently, about 40% of our campus is heated and cooled with geothermal energy. We're able to utilize the constant temperature of the earth, about 400 to 500 feet down into the ground, to provide heating and cooling needs for our buildings. And so water is cycled through a closed loop system, and we're able to transfer the heat energy from the ground to our buildings to help control the climate in our buildings. And so we've really latched onto this technology. We have a really great substrate bedrock to make this really feasible for the college, and so we're just kind of running with it. We actually just completed the construction of our third district geothermal field in the Powell Mountain lot, and so once that's brought online, we'll be able to heat and cool over 50% of our campus building space.
That's great.
So we really do have a diversified approach to renewable energy, which is really essential to a clean energy future. And I will also say that our facility services folks have been working for decades on energy efficiency, and so we're able to use less energy as we continue to grow, at least reduce our energy use rate per student and per square foot. And so all of that work over the last 15, 16 years has also allowed some of these renewable energy projects to go even further for us. And another important point is that these projects are really being integrated into the curriculum. Students and faculty are able to use them to learn from them. Students can visit these projects, they're not far away. Many of them are right here on campus. So students are able to learn how they operate and learn everything from the permitting to construction to the design and operation of these projects and these facilities, which is really special, I think, for students and for our community. So we really are building a living lab for sustainability on our campus.
That is really exciting. So speaking of students, Zia, can you tell us how students play a role in sustainability on campus?
Yeah, students play a role in sustainability on campus in a bunch of different ways. One of the biggest ways is through the jobs that the Sustainability Office provides students in different realms. So one of them are the sustainability representatives. There are 6 each year, and their focus is on education, outreach, and event planning of promoting sustainability on campus. And I was one of those my sophomore year. So every fall they host a energy competition called Skidmore Unplugged, and it's a resident energy reduction competition that runs for 3 weeks, where each residence hall competes to reduce the amount of energy they use for a prize at the end, such as a water bottle refilling station within their dorm. So throughout those 3 weeks, the SREPs host a variety of different events, from a unplugged acoustic concert in Falstaffs to they did a bike and blend in the Skidmore atrium, where we had a bike that Levi helped build, which powered a blender, and people could power their own smoothies and then drink their smoothies and power more smoothies, which was a really fun unplugged concept. And SREPs also do a variety of educational and engagement activities throughout the semester. They had an art installation in the middle of Case Green a couple weeks ago, where they created a big 13-foot cube by 13 feet, which showcased the amount of carbon dioxide an average Skidmore community member emits on the year, which provided a really good visual of the impact a Skidmore student has on the environment, and hopefully Skidmore students can use that as a visual representation of how they need to further reduce their amount of carbon emissions. And they also do a variety of different events. Another one is Sustainable Service Day, and they just had a version of that right before Thanksgiving break, where they had student volunteers at a couple different local organizations to try and engage students back in the local community. So when I say that this is the SREP program, there's the 6 people that technically work for the Sustainability Office, but they rely a lot on student volunteers and active participation from the student body. So it ends up involving a huge variety of different students who come to these events, whether because they want to become more involved with the Sustainability Office or just because the events are a really great thing that the Sustainability Office has to offer for students. Another initiative is the Bike More program, which I'm the manager of, and I have been for the last 2 years. It's our free on-campus bike share. So it's available to any Skidmore community member who comes in and registers. We have 15 bikes, so you can have them for 8 hours at a time. And it's been a really great way to provide a source of alternative transportation for students, get students more actively involved. Like physically and also within the Skidmore community. And it's a fairly new program, and it's been a tremendous success. We had about 400 rides this fall only, and we're looking forward to another successful spring rides, but the bikes are now away because of the cold. And we also, Bike-More hosts a variety of different events, community outreach. We had a great one to the farmers market at the beginning of the semester, where we got a free food tour of the Saratoga Farmers Market, which was a hit. Another program I want to touch on is the Skidmore Community Garden, which is located in basically central campus on Wicking Green. It's a fantastic location. We moved there in 2014, I believe, and they produce about 1,000 pounds of food for dining hall every year, which has been a fantastic way to increase the amount of local food that the dining hall is serving, and also increase the connection that students have with where their food comes from, and the entire process of local food and sustainable food. And the garden hosts a variety of work parties and harvesting parties throughout both semesters to get students of all involvement in sustainability out in the ground and getting their hands dirty and really engaging with sustainability.
I love the variety that is available to students. I think that's really fantastic. And there's so many different ways that they can get involved, as you sort of talked about. Why did you get involved in sustainability?
I got involved with sustainability my freshman year. My Skidmore seminar had a community service component to it. And my project was with the community garden. And I really enjoyed the work that the garden was doing, and I thought it was a great way to stay active in the community, to learn more about what sustainability was doing on campus, and I thought it was just a really great hands-on experience to do. And then I learned about the sustainability representative position and thought that education was a great way to try to engage more members of the Skidmore community in sustainability efforts on Skidmore's campus. And that has just further progressed with my position as Bike-More as well. And the Sustainability Office has been a fantastic employer for the last 3 years and a great group to get involved in. But I do also, there's 2 other programs. Wait, I just want to quickly.
Oh, please.
There's also a composting program that serves all of the on-campus apartments. And they have a really great engagement program in that the composting bins are easily accessible to every student who's in those apartments, and it is a great introduction for people that maybe have never composted in their lifetime. So starting to generate those lifelong practices of sustainable food waste is a really awesome program that Skidmore has, and they recruit volunteers every Friday to help turn the compost, and they're also moving into a bigger composting facility as well by the stables to handle the horse manure and various ground waste from lawn clippings and stuff like that. And then the final one is the Northwood Stewards, and they take care of all the land that we have in the Northwoods, and they do a lot of trail maintenance and upkeep of the trails. They make sure that they're accessible to the entire Skidmore community to use, not just solely for recreation, but also for Skidmore professors to come in and use the woods and meet their research needs and learn in a hands-on way.
It's actually great to hear about that, because we did get a viewer question that was asking us for an update on Northwoods. So thank you for that.
You might have more.
Is there any more that you want to add on Northwoods?
I would just say the stewards are doing an incredible job. A major part of their job during the summer is invasive species management. It is a problem that's becoming more problematic, I would say, in the area and around the world. And so our stewards help to manage invasive species populations in the woods so that we can have a more natural and native environment. And then they're also doing some incredible work. We had students develop or build new boardwalks in some commonly flooded areas just to make the trails more accessible and friendly for hikers and walkers. And we've also had students or Northwood stewards that have written proposals to the college, which actually one was supported by the college, and we were able to remove over 80 invasive plants from our landscape beds on campus and replace them with native species. So really, they have an impact, a significant impact in our woods, just helping to conserve that space, but then also they're having a broader impact on our campus as well.
That's great. We actually have another question here from one of our viewers. How is Skidmore College, the carbon footprint?
So our greenhouse gas emissions have been reduced significantly since 2000, just with all of the renewable energy projects they've been working on. You'll find in the campus sustainability plan in 2015, or in our 2013 greenhouse gas inventory, we found a 48% reduction in greenhouse gas emissions from 2000 levels. So that's really significant. And what's really important too about that is that we're doing that using energy efficiency projects, renewable energy projects like geothermal. So we're able to reduce that without purchasing renewable energy credits, which many colleges do. So rather than spending money on credits for renewable energy, we're actually investing that money in tangible projects on our campus. We actually haven't completed a greenhouse gas inventory we haven't completed our next greenhouse gas inventory that's due in 2016, so we'll have that report available sometime in the next year. But we're expecting a significant increase because our 2013 inventory didn't include things like our solar array, our small hydro project, things like that are really significant. So we're expecting even further progress on that.
That's fantastic. Z, I wanted to ask you another question. Given your involvement in sustainability at Skidmore, how do you think that'll have an impact on you after graduation?
That is the question of the hour, being a senior. Well, I don't know exactly what my next step is going to be after graduation. I hope that I can take the experience and all the information I've learned in the past 4 years at Skidmore about sustainability onto my future career, whatever path it so may be. I think that Skidmore is a great role model for how an organization, a business, a community member can really be sustainable and really thinking about sustainability in every aspect of the decisions that they make. And I think that is something that other future career paths of mine, I think I can take the lessons that Skidmore has taught me and bring it to them and present it to them as a way for them to move forward and progress as sustainable organizations and businesses themselves. So looking forward to see where it takes.
That's great. And one other question, if you think there was one way students can get involved. I know there's tons of ways. What would you recommend if a student came to you and said, I'm really interested in getting involved in sustainability efforts on campus? What would be the first thing you would sort of point them to?
I would point them to the Sustainability Office in Harder 110. Levi and Jen are super open and welcoming for students to come in and see what volunteer opportunities there are. But the easiest way would probably just be to look for flyers around campus and check the Sustainable Skidmore Facebook page, because we have a wide variety of volunteer opportunities almost on a weekly basis for students who have never done anything related to sustainability or used to and want to get more involved, like getting involved with the composting program work parties, garden work parties. There's a lot of opportunities for volunteerism, and we try to open all of our different projects to as many student involvement as we can. So looking out for those things.
That's great. So we had one more viewer question that we'll talk. The viewer says sometimes the dorms feel a little hot. And so how to address that, and is that a waste of energy, or how are we making sure that we're utilizing our resources to the best of our ability?
It's definitely a challenge. We have some older buildings on campus, and some of the HVAC systems may not be able to handle necessarily the way that the buildings are now set up. And so it is a challenge, and we know that. our facilities folks work very hard to make sure that the climate is comfortable for people, but inevitably there are some spaces on campus that get too hot. And so, it's always planned. We always have plans to make improvements to HVAC systems or to improve the efficiency of buildings. And so that's just something that will come in time with renovations that facilities is responsible for and works on every year. So we definitely recognize that it's a challenge. It's something that we are keeping an eye on, and when we're able to, we'll certainly make the renovations to try to limit the amount of wasted energy as far as overheated rooms or rooms that are too cold.
Great. Well, thank you so much for both of you for stopping by. It was great to hear about the sustainability efforts at Skidmore. And thanks for tuning in. We'll be back live with more from Skidmore's Giving Day soon.